Matt, I want to ask you about Blockboard, but maybe you started out in the web video business, or that's how you and I know each other. Can you talk about some of the parallels to how that market developed and and what CTV is looking like today?
Absolutely. It's Mike, when we started in web video, I feel like we were in the minor leagues. We were getting great practice, great learnings. We were putting video up there, hoping that it would fit through those limited pipes that people were watching through. I mean, I remember the early days of the 56K modem, but we were getting our legs. And what CTV now represents is the major leagues. We're in the major leagues now. So this is a huge opportunity for our market to graduate, to go to that next level, really showcase our best stuff. I mean, a lot of the biggest CTV providers are the premium media companies that are turning out the best content in the world. You know, when you think about how web video started, Mike, when you and I were getting our start in this industry, it was really YouTube, right? It was user generated content that fed the scale and the audience. Today, it's CTV is really about the graduation of video and premium and building the next generation of television.
Now, given that it's more premium by nature, you might think there'd be fewer problems, but are you seeing some of the same challenges and obstacles versus the old days, or is it a different set of challenges?
There's certainly more challenges, but it is a different set of challenges. So where in web video we were really just trying to understand how people would access video, how to deliver audience and scale, measure everything. We've got a lot of those things figured out with CTV. We certainly know how to measure the stuff. That's what we have learned over the last 20 years. But the bad actors are way ahead of the good actors. And the bad actors really have their hands on the digital sphere and are able to create havoc and really, create large amounts of fake or bot traffic. So we have to combat it. There are new challenges, but that's what we're up against.
What sparked you to found your company? Was it the bad actors? Was there a unique opportunity this time around that made you get going here?
So I started Blockboard for very positive reasons because having been an early pioneer in the video business, I have a lot at stake seeing that we do graduate and we do the best of that we've built here over the last 25 years. But I did see the problems. You know, I've had a front row seat on the problems and how bad actors act and what they're doing to wreak havoc, and that is what I focus Blockboard on. So that's really been a big reason why I founded Blockboard.
Now, right now in the ad tech space, you're seeing a lot of call it consolidation or an emphasis on SPO, where SSPs are cutting DSPs out, and DSPs are cutting SSPs out. And how do you guys crack that market when what's going through so many changes? What's your differentiator?
Yeah, I mean, our differentiator is our tech platform, which is built on the blockchain. And the blockchain is two things, essentially. It's a public ledger to provide transparency, and the blockchain is decentralizing the entire tech universe. So we're trying to minimize the amount of hops a video takes through the video ecosystem. You know, you talked about SSPs, there's DSPs, there's exchanges, there's bidders, there's verification companies and such. So when you have too many hands in the pot, that's when problems happen. That's where all of the bot activity arises from, and so we're eliminating that.
What are some of the things you've helped clients with either eliminating waste or fraud or having a much more direct path to their customers? What are some of the things you've worked on?
Yeah, so both of those things. We're definitely creating a more direct pipe from the advertiser to the publisher, and those publishers are the CTV providers. So when an advertiser like Chipotle can get directly into CBS's March Madness with no hops, they get a complete and clear view of how their ad performs. So that's essentially what we are doing for our advertisers, is giving them a direct line in and a direct path back, so they understand the value that they're getting and the value that they're paying for.
Have some of your brands realized that they're not only maybe you working with too many partners, but that they've been buying stuff that is not helping their brand out or actually been negative?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is yes, but it comes with a big but. I mean, a lot of the advertisers have employed and hired advertising agencies to build this tech stack. So there's a lot at stake. There's a lot invested, and nobody's willing to just, take what they've built over the last 10 years and scrap it. But yes, the answer is yes. What we've made, I said this on an earlier interview with you, Mike. I think we've gotten a little too cute for our own good. And so we do have to start taking a new look. Certainly CTV gives us that opportunity to take a new look at that tech stack, because we have created our own problems. And when there's more layers in that tech stack, there's more people and more companies to point your finger at for why so much of this stuff happens. So the answer is yes. We're helping our advertisers through that evolution.
How do you explain the benefits of the blockchain when you bring this product to brands or agencies? Because there's been a lot of talk that blockchain may not work for ad tech. It's not
Right.
fast enough, or handle the volume, things like that.
Yeah, no, listen, and it's been more complicated than that, because you had Sam Bankman-Fried blow up the whole reputation of it. So I don't talk about it a lot, but when we get past this phase, what I hope will be is a new reevaluation of what the blockchain does represent, and that is the two things I mentioned. It's a public ledger, it's a whole new platform to provide transparency. And then secondly, it decentralizes the marketplace. So for those two factors, those two main reasons, we're seeing blockchain really, really work. We have made the speeds work. I've been asked that many times. We decision billions of video ad calls in less than 100 milliseconds. So we are making that technology work and perform, and our advertisers are getting the benefits. They're seeing the results. So that's why I sit here saying the technology definitely works. We definitely have to be thoughtful about how we talk about it, and sometimes we don't even talk about it. But it's a technology that's here to stay.
Matt, how would you rate the way CTV has grown like crazy, but there hasn't been a ton of innovation in terms of ad formats and the way that ads are delivered to consumers? How would you rate how the industry's doing there? What we might need to see to improve upon things?
Yeah, I mean, the innovation's happening. Creative is slow. So if that's where you were kind of leading, you're right. Formats, creative. I can't wait for commercials that speak to this new audience and compel them to take actions. We're working with one advertiser in particular, Tipico. It's a sports book, and they hired the guy from Entourage, and I'm forgetting his name, but they made a really impactful creative, and it's getting the impact. So we're starting to see early moves towards creating that next generation of creative, but it has been very slow.
Lastly, Matt, what are some things that brands or advertisers should watch for in this space in the next, like, say, 6 months there's something you're keeping an eye on? It's going to indicate where the market is headed.
So everybody is thinking about measurement with regards to CTV. Are we going to use the old rating systems? Is there a new form of measurement? There's new players in the fold. And I actually think the conversation is in the wrong place. What we are doing and what we are seeing the market starting to take shape around is results. So when you're running an ad on CTV and you actually see the impact in your sales, that is the story. That's where I hope the conversation now evolves to, because advertisers have for 50 or 60 years now in television have to use the media company's currency, ratings. Ratings is really about the media company and what audience they're attracting. Now with CTV, the advertiser has that control. The advertiser can build their deal and their campaign around their currency, sales, results, leads. So we do see that happening here at Blockboard. I do hope that becomes a more general conversation for the industry to rally around, because ultimately the people paying for this, all this stuff, is the advertiser, and it ought to be on their terms. So I look forward to that.